I'm having difficulties, but you don't have to when it comes to content creation, and more specifically when it comes to finding something that's going to make you the moolah, the cheddar, the greenbacks, the Lincolns, the Samuel Adams, the Jeffersons, the Robinsons, the money. Okay, I am your host Sean, and I'd like to welcome you to the channel and showcase to you the power of trying to find your niche as fast as you can when it comes to just marketing in general. Because look, if you're on social media right now, you should not be on here being social. You should be on here making money. And so I want you to find a way to do that simply and effectively, okay? And so today um we're getting more in depth into creating mock ads specifically for products that we have not created yet. And that's the key factor, because if you can hurry up and bring forth these ideas in a visual landscape for an audience of some sort, then you can find out whether or not this audience is going to be willing to pay for what you would like to do. And the only way to do that is by having having them see it visually, right? When the iPod and when all of the products were initially released, Steve Jobs used to go on stage and showcase it to people. Now, don't get me wrong, Steve Jobs had friends and family and engineers, more specifically, who he would really have test the boundaries of technology at that time. You don't have that luxury, though. The moral of the story is he would showcase it to people, and say what it does. The question for you and I remains: did that thing work at that time? I would say it did, but for you and I, our thing does not have to work. It just has to look good. Um, so as I stated recently, what I did was I took it upon myself to create a product that is this right here. Okay, they're masks that are going to be like for your face um, and so that you can go out and about and have differing pictures on them. That's what I'm going for. Um, and I've seen a couple of them in a lot of Etsy shops, and I've seen a couple of them online that I can purchase. And I'm thinking that I could use a Cricut Joy to get these kind of designs on there, or paint it on there. However, the question remains: is there a excuse me? Is there an audience for this product? Well, the only way to know is for me to actually take the time and uh, um, put out commercials, put out content, visual content, and get eyes on the product. After we get eyes on the product and people begin to sign up for it, only then will I actually begin painting these in the order that they want. I'm also going to take and put it on, of course, your Etsy's, of course, your Pinterest, of course, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all those things. Um, but also make a website. And so, since I'm going to be doing that, you guys are here to enjoy. Now, I do have a little bit of a script, because I wanted to stay on task. I want to stay focused. And again, I told you guys I'm going to be refining everything that's going to happen on this channel. So, um, most creators, they spend months, right? We spend months trying to create something nobody really asked for. We spend weeks designing logos, perfecting names, and setting up websites, right? Like I was just talking about doing. And then you launch something and no one shows up. This is typically, of course, because no one knows that you exist at that time. But most importantly, also, uh, again, you don't know whether or not anyone wants this product, wants that service. So please, I'm telling you right now that the moral of this video and subsequent videos like it is don't do that. Okay? Before you spend a month creating something, spend a week testing it, please. That's the difference between wasting time and building something people actually want in the first place, right? Um, so in this video, of course, as I was stating to you guys, I'm going to show you just how to do it. We're going to incorporate things like Blender, things like Sloyd AI. Basically, whatever AI tools you can get your hands on is what you want to use, okay, to create your product or create the way that your service is going to look, the way that your service is going to behave. I recently put out a video where I talk about something I call Vocal Forge, or Forge Star Forge. There we go, Star Forge. And in that, right, in that video, I showcase a service that I want to provide where me and a group of individuals can take one person online using AI tools in order to enhance their vocals, giving them styling choices or decisions, giving them a virtual avatar so they can put on virtual performances, give them a virtual stage, and start begin to set up their platform, whatever platform they're using, set them up so they can actually be a real music star. Also using AI tools like Suno or Udio in order to take their vocals and generate music using their vocals, giving it to them, um, and then most importantly, having them learn how to sing those songs like their AI counterpart, so that they can really be the star of their own show if they want to get into music. So I think that's a product that people are going to definitely want, and I haven't refined it yet. I explained it to you guys in that video, showcasing and detailing how exactly I'm going to go about doing it. So if you missed it, please use the description and use the top pin comment to go watch that video and not miss out. But similarly, that is going to need mock ads. So I'm going to have to make mock ads for that. So you got to understand, I say all that to say that I've been there. Most of the things that you see me do, I've been inspired, right? It makes you want to move. You think the idea is going to be huge. You start building, you start posting, and maybe even you drop some money on ads and on branding. Okay. What I would suggest is, yes, dropping the money for the ads is definitely a must, due to the fact that you want to know whether it's a dud as fast as you possibly can. Okay. But after all that, you might get nothing still, or you may end up seeing nothing still because um, the idea may just be bad. But that's only because you skipped the validation part. Okay. So the validation is going to be those likes, those shares, those comments. But the hardest thing to do is going to be to get the views in the first place, right? No one just wants to look at an object. That's not the kind of video anybody wants to watch. So you're definitely going to need to know how to run ads in order to get the looks, right? The eyes that you want. Okay. So what I would suggest doing is we definitely need to have a validation get together, live. Maybe we start validating ideas. I think that's a good idea. And if you have good ideas, join me live when it's available. I haven't set up my live streams yet. Okay. So with that being said, creators love to create, but the internet only rewards one thing, guys: proof. Okay. Proof that people actually care about the thing that you're making, that you're creating. You can't find that all the time in analytics. You may be able to find that in reactions if anybody actually makes videos about your products, or things or goods that you're working on. And the fastest way to get those kind of reactions is going to be with mock ads. If you don't have anything that people can view, if you don't have anything that people can share, if you don't have anything that people can like, then You're working on a product for no reason. I even almost did the same thing again, right? In the sense of I was getting I wanted to I want to make a clothing brand. I'm going to show you guys how I made that clothing brand, but I want to make a clothing brand. And what I did was I began seeing if I could do it on what's the word, on Printful or Printify, right? Because I wanted to advertise those specific clothes with those specific models, and I wanted to make sure that it was possible. Bad mistake. Okay, what I should be doing is what I'm going to show you guys in the next video, which is you see how I already have a product here, but it's in a digital format, right? It's within Blender. That's also how I should have did the t-shirts or the hats or the gloves or the scarves or the hoodies, or the bags. I should have them a digital version of them, and I should be advertising that as if we already have it available. So just giving you, clues about that. You go to a place like Sketchfab. You go to, whatever 3D modeling software you can find. You download those assets, then you take and you go look up designs, or you create designs using Canva, or PixArt, or whatever you want to do. Find designs online, whatever you want to do, and then you take and paste them onto the object that you want to advertise. After you take and paste them onto the object you want to advertise, then begin to construct the pictures, renders, right? Because I can remove this character and just have the object here. So now I need to put this object in a setting of some sort, sitting down with this picture on it, and make someone pick it up and put it on, right? Um, and then have all different kinds of pictures on this, have all different kinds of color schemes on this, and see if this product can get the click, right? So you got the bag, you got the shirt, things of that nature. Have them moving around, dancing with nobody in it, but it has your design that you have on there. Look up, please. We did this the other day. Look up commercials, look up advertisements, and how others have advertised their products. And here's the cool thing about doing this, right? The cool thing about creating these mock ads is that if you actually take the time to do that, even though the ad, let's say the ad is not making money right now, okay, don't keep spending money on the ad. But now it's in your catalog of ads that you can run on your channel, that you could run on any of your platforms. You can be using that video as those videos as extra content. You can be using those videos as commercials inside of videos that you're already creating, right? And so that product doesn't necessarily it doesn't some things are seasonal. It doesn't necessarily mean that currently or indefinitely that product is out of style, that product is a bad idea. It could just be the timing, okay? So that's what I think is so cool about it. And since you didn't waste any time creating it, you don't have to necessarily delete it. You don't have to necessarily get rid of it. You don't have to necessarily uh, uh, delete it out of your mind. You can keep the videos that you create in your YouTube suite of services, right? And then replay it later on, or retest it out later on. So that's like the cool thing. Uh, so again, here's how it works. Instead of building the product, right, you build mock ads for the idea. It's like, think of it as like a trailer that doesn't, that of something that doesn't exist yet, right? Sometimes people create movies, and then they create segments of a movie, uh, to state, hey, I want to make a full movie like this. These are some of the pinpoints. This is the hook. Should we continue? Should we begin really going into production? This is the same thing. Show people the feeling that's supposed to be behind the idea. If it's an app, show the problem that it solves, right? If it's a brand, show the lifestyle or the story behind it. Then you want to post it to the places where it's easy to get the views, easy to get the likes, easy to get the subs, and that is Reels, TikToks, um, shorts, right? YouTube shorts, just to see what happens. Okay. Now, here's the validation part, and here's where it makes sense to go into actually building the thing. And that is if you get 15 to 50 clicks or direct messages going on, asking when are you dropping, right? When are you going to drop it? When are you going to launch it? How much does it cost? I didn't see a link. Can I purchase it? Uh, what else? What else? So many more things, right? Then that's validation, right? If the people are asking for it, oh, I would really like this. Oh, you're right. That's the validation part. Okay. Then also you can validate your ideas even further by taking the time to actually create a sign up, like a sign up form. So, oh, you could be the first to be notified when these versions of the product release, right? You could be the first to be notified uh when the website drops so that you can purchase, right? Um, you could be the first to know when this is added to the TikTok store. Simply sign up with blah 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 blah, and then when they use the sign up form, you can also get a little bit more data, right? Why do you want this product? How much are you expecting the product to cost? What else? What else? What other styles might you like the product in? Would you purchase this product for your friend or is it for you? Some things that's going to give you more information, more validation on just how much the product is desired. Okay, um, that's enough proof, right, that you can move forward. If not, no big deal. You can always pivot. If none of that stuff works for that product, okay. Since you have the skills to make a video, since you have the skills to create an idea and bring it forth at least visually to people, um, you can make it. I mean, think about it like this: Elon Musk is a liar, and yet he's still able to make the investors and things believe in a lot of the things that he does, right? And even when they continuously fail, people still, I feel like they're trying not to feel so bad. So they put more money into his stuff. But the long and short of it is he does it with his visual presentations, really. What he says and his visual presentations help to guide people into making that investment. There's so many people who do that, right? Who test it out first visually, see if the public wants it, and then after that they say, all right, well, now we got to figure out whether or not it's possible. Timothy Ferriss with the 4 Hour Work Week, that was not the first name that he had for that book. Okay, he wrote the book and he went and used ads and put different pictures and different titles of the same book on Google and things of that nature. Then, with their ad platform, he was able to get specific clicks, and the clicks that he was getting were for the name 4 Hour Work Week. So, this is why the book is named that, and it worked. It sold millions. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that's going to happen for you, but it could, right? Now, I didn't just pull this out of thin air, right? I heard something a few years ago, and I actually made a video all about it using two individuals as an example. One was a young lady who was managing some musical artists, some musicians, and she would take and have those musicians do songs, but they weren't doing full songs. They were doing parts of songs. So that's one of the ways she would shortcut it. These people were doing parts of songs. Then she would pay $5, $10 ads and place those on, Facebook, YouTube, right? Google, and those songs would play. Whichever songs would get the most clicks to come to the artist's page were the songs that would be on the artist's album, right? So that means, all right, that song, that 35 seconds of a song, that 1 minute of a song, she would go to the artist, okay, finish this song. The other songs, trash those. Don't worry about those. Okay. And so this was how she was making her money and helping the artists make their money and helping the artists gain fans and notoriety and helping the artists finish their product. What's their product? Their albums, right? So by shortcutting this and using the ads to get the metrics and get the validation, she didn't waste any money. Okay. Another individual, he said that when it comes to products, okay, I'm hopefully I'm going to be able to show this video later on, but he said when it comes to products, he doesn't make any products. Like, he does service-based products. So when it comes to products, he doesn't make the product first. He validates the product first. So he'll go and he'll create what we call a waiting list. Okay, and he'll set up a waiting list, and on the waiting list, he will say this waiting list consists of these brands all waiting to do XYZ, right? These companies all wanting to spend their money for XYZ. Okay, you know, specifically, he was doing an ad marketing agency that can advertise or that has connections with big banks and big corporations, right? And he listed out the banks and the corporations and said it and asked, how much would you be willing to spend to work alongside or to advertise to or be able to advertise to these corporations for your product or something of that other like that. I'm gonna put the video up, but after he got the waiting list, he then went to banks and other corporations stating, "Hey, I got 40,000 people wanting to have basically an ad network that consists of you guys. Okay, how can we make this happen? Right? How much are you willing to pay for that? How often are you willing to pay for that? So it's again, doing this process, doing it like this, just makes it easier, just makes it faster. Now, here's the simple framework, right? You got to ask yourself, what do you want the people to feel when they see your product? That's going to be one of the things that you want to do. Um, and really go into your mind like, oh, I want people to be excited about my product, but what kind of people are going to be excited about your product? For my visor, I think fashion people are going to be excited about the product, but also people who like the feelings of nostalgia and things of that nature. So I wanna put different faces and different pictures on these. So what am I saying? So yeah, so I definitely think this product is coming around at this time. We're in October, so if I can hurry up and produce images or produce videos for this product, I may just be able to sell it due to the fact that we're in October. Masks and things are all the rage, right? So that might help. Um, then you want to use tools like CapCut, like Canva. It doesn't really matter which one you use. I'm going to give you guys a list of the tools that I use specifically and create it in the way that it's that it's very linear fashion, right? So do this, then do that, then do this, then do that. So that way, by the time you're done all of that, you have your finished product and you have some videos that you can begin posting. So please pay attention to the description. Please comment so I can instead of you having to email me and all those things, comment. That way I can heart you, I can reply to you and tell you, hey, the template is ready. Please come get it, okay? And you'll be going in the description for that video. But you want to make something visual that tells the idea, not necessarily the product, right? Just the idea. So even let's say you are constructing an app. I got an app known as FastTag that makes all your captioning woes and description woes a breeze. Okay, that is also going to be linked in the description after I get it on Gumroad. But that FastTag application, you have to show people how it works, why they should be using it. and that's what I need to do myself. So I'm hoping that you guys are learning from me, right? So don't be spammy. Just post, one piece a day or a week or something like that. I think one piece a day should be good. The cool thing about YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and this new Shorts platform is the fact that, or this the whole TikToking of everything is the fact that you can use the same video over and over again. Just test with new music, a different sound, a different clip, right? And with AI now, you can also have AI characters wearing your product. You can have AI characters using your product. Okay. And so since that's the case, why not do it? That's what I'm asking you. Why not do it? Right now, I ask that you subscribe to the channel. We're growing quickly. We're going fast. We just recently got another subscriber, so 51. But we can grow with more people knowing. So sharing is all the rage now. Okay, it's all the rage. I'm telling you, everyone's sharing everything. You should too. Don't be afraid to share this with someone who's trying to get the moolah, the cheddar, the Sacagaweas, the pennies, the dimes, the pearls, the doubloons, right? The Monero, the Bitcoin, the Litecoin, the Dogecoin, the money. Okay, please share it with everybody. Um, what else? What else? You want to then after that you want to track engagement. So however you're getting engagement, however you're getting the likes, however you're getting the shares, you need to track it. The easiest way I've found to track it is the analytics that are within the platform that you're using. But also, let's say you're using multiple platforms, you should put the analytics into a spreadsheet of some sort. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to use a spreadsheet. However, if you're having any problems, guys, I am a person who needs you, okay, to have problems, okay? Because if you have problems and I figure out a way to solve it, that's how I get the views. That's how I get the rubies, the sapphires, the money, right? That's how I get all that. It's through helping you, okay? So let me know what your problem is in the comment section below, and I'll be more than happy to assist you. If you need your ideas validated, like I said, I want to start having live streams where we look at your product ideas or we look at your service ideas, and number one, we validate them and discuss whether or not it's a good idea or a bad idea amongst everybody that's in the chat, right? And then I will give you the steps in order to begin executing that. Now, I'm going to tell you what I would think, and then we're also going to tell you, what ChatGPT, what Claude, what DeepSeek, what they think, and then we see which one of those ideas you're comfortable with, which one of those executions can you actually do, and if any part you can't do, we'll figure it out, okay? But please stay with me. So the whole process isn't about perfection, guys. It's not about perfection. If nobody bites after 7 days, just drop it, right? You didn't fail, right? You just saved yourself months of effort, all right? So I would say you're piquing people's curiosity, which is good, okay? But again, now this allows you to move on to another idea or another product or another service. Again, it might just be bad timing, right? And you got to understand the biggest reason why I'm creating this for you is because I'm creating it for myself. The channel is known as Note to Self. So I might just be talking to myself. But if you are like me, I have so many ideas. So I need to begin validating them. I keep thinking that I have to build them when in all actuality, I just have to get people to see it. And if they see it and if they actually want it, right, then they'll click on it. Then they'll get it, right? Even right now, I'm making a video game, but and I'm trying to make it actually work, which is crazy. I should just be making it look like it works, right? That's what I should be doing. I should be just making it look like it works, and figuring out how to bypass all of that, right? Yeah, I definitely need to do that. Now that I'm talking to you guys, so that I can show off more content and validate the idea bigger, better, bolder, and grow my audience bigger, better, bolder, more uncut, right? But more quickly. It's taken me too long to create the videos associated with the game, thus allowing the audience to forget about me when it comes to that part, you know? So, you know, the revelation, right? But again, it's not about perfection. It's just about getting the proof. You don't need to grind for 6 months just to find out that your idea doesn't connect with anyone. You can find it out again in like 7 days to 1 month, depending on the idea. Now, if you want to try it yourself, I'm making a template, right? I'm making a template of number one, what kind of products, goods, or services should be your number one go to when you very first start out into getting to making mock ads, which to me should be your t shirts, your hats, your scarves. Maybe even plushies or teddy bears. I think you could have book bags, you know, clothing. Clothing is the easiest, fastest way to really get into creating mock ads. Um, and it's going to have a step by step guide, or it's going to be a step by step guide that helps you design, post, and track your ideas in days, not months. You're going to find it below in the top pinned comment, or it'll already be in the description. If it is not, however, I need you guys to comment. I need you to say, hey, I need this, because I need validation too, right? I'm talking to you guys and I'm making the video. This is my mock ad. Uh, but I need the validation too. So if you guys don't comment, that means you don't need the template. That means I don't need to use my time to make the template. I have it in my head for me to use, but that doesn't mean that you know how to use it. And I'm not going to, you know, make a template if I don't get 15 to 50 people commenting saying, hey, I need that. So if you want to, you know, expedite that, right? That means people also need to see this video. So share it. And listen, you don't know people's life. Okay? You don't know their life. So you don't know what complications they may be having, right? So to assume that they won't need this video, don't do that. Just share it to them. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, right? Right? And that will help me get to 15 so that I can make you the template. So what are you, it's easy, it's free to share, so please do that. Test smart, build a little bit faster, and remember that, you know, you can do it. It's not hard, it's not easy, okay? I mean, well, it's not hard, it's easy. um but with all that being said, again, if you are a returning viewer, thank you for hitting the like button. If you are just new to the channel, I'm Sean. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. And I'm hoping that this video better helps you than all of my other videos. I got, like I said, I'm trying to get more dignified and more refined. But in so doing, I want to make sure I actually post. So I'm trying to come in um more into my creations and more into creating for you guys. And it's showing. My channel is finally getting the views. You know, 4 views here, 2 views there. Um I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty swell. But we can always use more. But with that all being said, I'm going to see you guys in the next video again, where we're going to get into specifically how to better execute on mock ads by actually showcasing to you the easiest way to do it, because I'm going to use the clothing. I'm going to use clothing brands. I'm going to finally release a clothing brand first, and then we're just gonna see how that goes. Okay. Um. So yeah, I think that could work. I think that could work. All right. So please, thank you. Share on your way out, and I will see you guys in the next video.